Fox News alert. We now know, thanks to Elon Musk, that the previous Twitter bosses absolutely targeted and censored conservatives and suppressed their content, including Donald Trump, even before the election. And the latest document release shows they publicly lied about it. One conservative put on a search blacklist, Fox News host Dan Bongino.
They did this on purpose, Twitter and big tech, to steal away your country. And you know what? Listen to me, folks. They did it. And Elon Musk is trying to help you get it back.
Joining us now from Connecticut, Charlie Gasparino, senior correspondent for Fox Business Network. And Charlie, this was so sweeping and insidious that you couldn't search for Dan Bongino's name. You couldn't find him. And as I say, Twitter executives lied about all this in public, even before Congress.
Yeah, Jack Dorsey said there was no shadow banning. Now, who knows how you specifically define shadow banning? We're old enough to remember, what's the definition of is. So there was a president that questioned that. But what I find fascinating about this is the sort of mainstream media reaction to this. As you know, and this is so clear cut, this was censorship, pure and simple, based on political bias. I mean, Dan Bongino is not the Daily Stormer, as much as the left would like to say he is. The libs of TikTok is not some lunatic right-wing QAnon outfit. These are just people that sort of are conservative, and it lives of TikTok. That's a parody site, just mocking progressive excess. And it's just so fascinating how the media's reacted to this. When you and I were making our bones back in the day, it was all about let the fur fly. Let's have a debate. Let's not censor everything. The First Amendment. Look at it broadly.
That's really
now,
changed.
If you see reporters today, they believe in censorship. Just read the stuff. I read a column in Vox.
Let me jump in because I have
Sure.
a lot of stuff to get through. So just last night we learned that the day after the Capitol riot, Safety Director Yoel Roth, who once denounced actual Nazis in the Trump White House, said CEO Jack Dorsey had approved a 5 strikes and you're out plan. And therefore, Donald Trump only had 1 strike against him because of January 6th and needed 4 more for a permanent ban. The very next day, boom, they threw that out. They changed the policy. They permanently banned Donald Trump. And they dropped the exception for world leaders because they're important. And Roth agreed that a ban was the thing everyone wants. Your thought?
Yeah, I mean, it's so crazy that the Ayatollahs and, despots around the world have Twitter accounts where they can spout just about anything, any sort of racist stuff. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Louis Farrakhan probably has a Twitter account, and Donald Trump doesn't. Now, listen, Twitter's a private company. They do have to, they have to have some responsibility for people inciting violence. But if you look at exactly what Donald Trump said on Twitter, it did not exactly incite violence. He actually said, go peacefully. I mean, I remember the words, and I'm not condoning what he did during that day. But if you're going to be really specific, what he's done was no worse than what the Ayatollahs have done on that platform, and they banned him.
Let's get to January 6th, because this came from journalist Matt Taibbi. Starting a week before the election, Yoel Roth and Twitter increasingly suppressed the reach of Trump's tweets. In other words, it reached far, far fewer people. And on January 6th, one top executive said that after Trump told the protesters, go home, we love you, it's gut-wrenching. He's a horrible human being. This is in the files. So do you agree with Elon Musk, who says that Twitter had become a Democratic Party activist machine?
Well, what do you think? I mean, yeah. I mean, I just find it fascinating that Jack Dorsey went before Congress and said there was no shadow banning. I think they need to bring him back and say, okay, under oath, what did you mean by that?
I think somebody might try to do that. Now, the terms they use are just so Orwellian, like visibility filtering and de-amplification, when it's really suppression. Now, documents also show that Yoel Roth was meeting weekly with FBI, Homeland Security, and so on, raising questions about whether the whole Russian disinformation line was being pushed about the Hunter Biden laptop, But it was Trump's FBI, Trump's Director of National Intelligence.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of gray area here. I mean, clearly the FBI under Trump was worried about Russian disinformation. I think it becomes, if you're going to run the global town square, which essentially Twitter has become, and that's what they thought they were, you gotta like think a little bit independently. You gotta say, okay, why would the government want us to do this? What motives does the government have? I think there needs to be something a little more skeptical when government is telling you this. By the way, I'm just going to throw this out there, and maybe I'll be very unpopular after saying this. Why do I care if the Hunter Biden laptop story is Russian disinformation if it's all true?
Yeah, because
at some point, if it's true, I want to know that, whether it's the Russians publishing it or the New York Post getting it, not from Russian, through reporting, which is what happened.
Twitter has admitted a mistake on that. Now, here's the last point. All of this would have come out last weekend. This is like a Netflix movie. The searches were blocked by Jim Baker, former FBI general counsel who was involved back in the early days of the Russiagate probe. He was quietly hired by Twitter. Elon Musk discovers this and sends him packing. So, bottom line, is this firestorm helping Elon Musk rescue Twitter, or is it just a lot of smoke?
I think it helps drive traffic, to be honest with you. And I think if there's any way that Twitter's going to make money, I believe, because it's obvious that the prior group that ran it as a public company their first order of business was not to make money, which is a crime, a securities crime in of itself. Yeah. I think if it's going to make money, it's got to be an open source. It's got to be open to everybody, and everybody's got to, and within limits, obviously. But the limit should not be, oh, you're a conservative. Oh, you mock progressive overreach.
Yeah, I know.
It's very scary.
As I say, misinformation. Misinformation was whatever they wanted it to be, even though we now look at some of this and say it was a perfectly fair commentary. Charlie, always good to see you. We will follow the Twitter files. More is going to come out on this. When we come back, how anchors and correspondents are demanding that every Republican guest pledge to never support Donald Trump.